The United States of America commemorated the 23rd anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks, a day when nearly 3,000 lives were tragically lost. Across the nation, ceremonies and gatherings were held as people came together at memorials to honor the victims and support their families. The coordinated attacks by al-Qaeda became a turning point in American history, leading to military engagements in Afghanistan and Iraq, while leaving an indelible mark on American society. A US flag was unfurled on the site of the Pentagon on September 11th to mark the 23rd anniversary of the 2001 September 11 attack. On the anniversary of the deadliest terror attacks on US soil, Americans came together in a show of unity and remembrance. Nationwide ceremonies saw survivors and relatives paying tribute to those who perished in the attacks. The main commemorative events were held at the sites of the attacks: New York's World Trade Center, the Pentagon in Virginia, and a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. US President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris attended a wreath-laying ceremony in Arlington. US Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin joined the families of the 9/11 victims to mark the moment.
We have repaired the damage to this building, but we cannot repair the damage to your hearts. No words can take away your grief. No amount of time can make sense of the worst terrorist attack in American history. And I know that for those whose lives were changed forever on 9/11, it can feel as if more and more Americans are returning to normal life on each new September 11th. But not here, not at the Pentagon, because we remember. The men and women of the Department of Defense remember, and we always will.
September 11, 2001 morning began as a bright and clear day before 19 al-Qaeda terrorists hijacked 4 commercial airplanes. American Airlines flight crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. The second plane, United Airlines Flight 175, struck the South Tower. Less than an hour later, American Airlines Flight 77 hit the Pentagon, the heart of US military operations. Passengers aboard United Airlines Flight 93, aware of the ongoing attacks, fought back against their hijackers, forcing the plane to crash in a field in Pennsylvania, likely preventing further devastation in Washington, D.C. Back in New York, the South Tower collapsed, followed by the North Tower, marking the complete devastation of the World Trade Center. The horror unfolded in real time across the world, and the death toll reached nearly 3,000 lives. The emotional and societal impact of the attack was profound.
I was in Richmond, Virginia, about 6 hours away, and everything was shut down, so I couldn't get home for a couple of days. And then we got home, we walked the streets of New York City, and we were looking for my dad, and didn't find him. We found a tremendous story that we're proud of.
The mastermind behind the 9/11 attacks was Osama bin Laden, the leader of al-Qaeda. Followed the attacks, the United States launched a relentless manhunt for bin Laden, culminating in his death in a Navy SEAL raid on his compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan in 2011, ending a decade-long search for justice.
Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden the leader of al-Qaeda.
The 9/11 attacks fundamentally altered US domestic and foreign policies, leading to the launch of the War on Terror. The US military interventions in Afghanistan and Iraq were direct responses to the attacks, while the rise of counter-terrorism measures became central to American and global security strategies. The legacy of September 11th serves as a reminder that the pursuit of justice and unity must continue in the face of extremism.